Know your rights, work hours and breaks in Ontario. It can be empowering to start working for pay and earning your own money. But some employers take advantage of young people who are still learning what to expect at work and what their rights are as workers. We talked to young workers aged 16 to 29 about their experiences. Young workers told us about problems with their work schedules or not being allowed to take breaks.
The dog kennel, the shifts were 13 hours, and you had to work Saturday and Sunday like they had no other day. And you couldn't just work Saturday or just work Sunday, you had to do both. And it was just god-awful. I've never been so exhausted in my life.
We were working like 10-hour days, and on our breaks we would be in the truck traveling to the next job site. I was in pain every day, and basically I quit because they pulled me into a disciplinary meeting and told me that I was speaking too much to my coworker while we were waiting.
You were working until closing. You'd never know what time it would be. It could be 9 o'clock at night when you're done, or it could be 2 in the morning.
Employers don't always give you the facts. If you are working as an employee in Ontario, here are 5 things that you need to know about your working time. 1. You have the right to take breaks. For every 5 hours of work, your employer needs to give you a 30-minute break or 2 15-minute breaks free from work. Your break time can be unpaid. 2. You have a right to be paid for a minimum shift length. If you regularly work shifts that are 3 hours or longer and you are asked to come into work but are sent home early, you must be paid for at least 3 hours at your usual rate. And 3. You have a right to rest. You are entitled to 11 hours in a row that are free from work each day. You are entitled to at least 1 full day off per week or at least 2 full days off every 2 weeks. You are entitled to a minimum of 8 hours off between shifts, as long as the total time of both shifts is at least 13 hours. You have a right to refuse to work more than 48 hours a week. If you work more than 44 hours a week, it is considered overtime and you have a right to overtime pay or paid time off. You have the right to refuse to work on public holidays like Labor Day, Boxing Day, or New Year's Day, if you are a retail worker. You must tell your employer that you do not want to work on the public holiday at least 48 hours before your shift is scheduled to start. If you are not getting breaks, or are being required to work too many hours, here are 3 things you can do. 1. Learn about your rights as a worker. Knowledge is power. The laws are different in each Canadian province and territory. 2. Ask your coworkers if they have similar experiences. If so, talk together about how to help each other or talk to your employer as a group. 3. Get support. Look out for workers' rights organizations or centers, community legal clinics, labor unions. If you work in Ontario, start by calling the Free Workers Action Centre hotline at 1-855-531-0778. Want to make work better? Go to www.betterworkproject.ca for more on your rights at work. Ways you can make change. How to organize or start a union with your coworkers. Other organizations that can support you. Do you know your rights? Was this video helpful to learn more about workers' rights? What else would you like to know? Tell us in the comments.